sorry for the F-bomb, but it just...
Oh my God! Oh my God, no way.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to Back Porch Sports. I am your host, Tristan, and I don't have any of my co-hosts today, but this is a lone video, and we're going to be talking about how Aaron Glenn, the head coach of the New York Jets, needs to be fired. Before we get into any of that, check out our merch store. A couple of our products here to my side here. Merchandise link will be in the description. Obviously, our Instagram, check that out, BPS_podcast on Instagram. Give that a follow. And obviously on this video right here, or if you listen to it in podcast form, leave a 5-star, or if you're watching it, like I said, leave a like and subscribe button. But let's get into this. Aaron Glenn, the head coach of the Jets, first year rookie head coach. Not a lot of expectations in New York. Acquired an Aaron Rodgers-led Jets team coming off a 5-win season. First decision, it was are we going to keep A-Rod? And it was very clear from the beginning, Aaron Rodgers was not an option. And I think that a little bit into the hiring process is, Woody Johnson looked for somebody that, isn't going to want Aaron Rodgers. And I think Aaron Glenn was exactly that person. And that was the first big decision. So there's that. Roll into the season, we get Justin Fields paying $40 million, $30 million guaranteed. They're swearing that he's never been coached properly. Saying throwing little jabs in the offseason about Robert Saleh, about not coaching right, and all these players are going to be better, and da-da-da-da-da. We get to the season, Steelers opening week, absolute shootout in MetLife. Steelers still win, and we probably would have won if we didn't keep our kick returner that fumbled the ball. Honestly, it feels like so long ago since that moment. I don't even remember the dude's name. I know y'all are going to kill me in the comments for that, but I'll think about it when it doesn't matter. But anyway, great game right there. Probably should have won that game if we're being honest. Lose that late in the game, lose to the Steelers. And I got to be honest, ever since the Bills game that week 2, it was a free fall for this football team. 0-7 to start the season. You trade away your 2 top defensive stars in Sauce Gardner, Quentin Williams. You win, 3 of your next 5 coming out that bye week. You're looking good. And then it seems like we just completely tanked. We put Brady Cook in, and we lost out. Wasn't even in contention. And the reason why I think Aaron Glenn, needs to be fired, in my opinion, is it's just the team quit on him like 2 weeks ago. Like, the team literally lied down and died, figuratively lied down and died on the field because we were playing the Dolphins and they were blowing our doors off 21-0 before we can even blink of an eye. And we just quit on the field. And I just think that, a coach in his first year, a lot of, rookie mistakes. Obviously that comes with the job of learning the job and everything else, but you can't sit there and at the beginning, you're telling us you're coming here to win and we want to win right now. And this is a team that we all want to be proud of as fans. And if the team plays good enough where the fans are proud of them by the end of the year, then that you did your job. And you didn't do that. We went 3-14. We have the 2nd overall pick. And yeah, I just think that there's better options out there. But I have a few stats I want to go over here to kind of back my argument here. So we're going to go ahead and go over to that. First thing that really was alarming, it wasn't the first thing, but it's nothing in order, but shout out Jake Asman on Twitter. He tweeted after walking back his comments about effort, which was 2 weeks ago, forgot exactly which game, but he questioned effort in his press conference after the game. I think it was against the Patriots, matter of fact, but he questions the team's, motive and, the fight. They questioned effort, and Then the next day he walks it back. So here, this is the tweet. Aaron Glenn is asked when the Jets have actually played his brand of football. His example, the Jaguars game, down 31-10 at halftime, lost 48-20. Proud of how they ran the ball in the third quarter. You honestly can't make it up. Now, I want to know, because I played football, I'm sure a lot of people watching this have played football, and you're sitting there listening to your coach trying to, tell you what you need to be a better at and da-da-da-da-da. How do you take this man seriously when he's showing you clips when y'all are down, 31-10, when the Jaguars are probably playing prevent defense and just trying to get out of there, and you're going to show them that you're proud of them how they ran the ball when the game's already over at that point? I just don't understand it. Example number one right there. Absolutely clueless. Can't read a room. It just doesn't feel like he has a grip at this at all. It seems like he's swimming. Rich Cimini tweeted as well, the Jets finished with the league low 759 passing yards in the first half of games. Next closest was the Raiders with 1,230. That is the worst team in the league, or at least by record in the draft order says the Raiders were the worst team in the league. And they had damn near almost double of what we had passing yards in the first half. In fact, the Jets total is the lowest in the league over the last 20 years. Next closest is the Tebow-led Broncos in 2011 with 820 yards. We are making groundbreaking records here for the Jets with 759 passing yards in the first half of games in the last 20 years. Now, I know the offense doesn't solely fall on Aaron Glenn, but it's somebody he brought in. I'm not out on Tanner Engstrand at all. I don't know. I think this falls on Glenn as well. Cimini also posted all-time bad, worst December point differential in the NFL. The 2025 Jets lead the scores here with a minus 107 point differential. And the next closest is the 1960 Bears with 106. Obviously, you can see the rest of the list. We're doing things that, teams haven't done in football in 80 years or damn near the existence of the league. We had Brady Cook in there. Nobody on defense. I thought we were going to suit Aaron Glenn up in a Jets uniform to play defensive back for us there. All-time bad. Defense. The defense falls on Aaron Glenn, if I'm being honest. He has to be able to coach somebody up, and I haven't seen anybody but Jawan Briggs on that defense get any better. Jermaine Johnson, Will McDonald, they regressed. Quincy Williams, Jamie and Sherwood, they've all regressed. I couldn't tell you one player besides Jawan Briggs on the entire team, I'm going to be honest with you, on the entire team that got better this year. I mean, the offensive line was solid. Other than that, no one got better. If anything, anybody regressed. So that is another thing that falls on Aaron Glenn. This was also something that popped up on the graphic. I remember watching this. This was Sunday Night Football, Ravens, Steelers. This popped up. Who am I? With a record of 14-3, pass yards, 3,674 yards, 36 touchdowns, no picks with a passer rating of 110. That is every quarterback versus the New York Football Jets this season. Now, how do you, as a defensive mind, now I know when he came in, he claimed that he does both sides of the ball. He's not just a defensive coordinator, it's a head coach. He's a head coach and da-da-da-da-da. But when you're a defensive specialist, or you're supposed to be anyway, you don't even one, you don't get a pick. Two, I don't even think I need to say two. One, we didn't have a pick all year. That's NFL history. It's never happening again. That'll never, ever, 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 ever happen again. It hasn't happened in league history, and it'll never happen again in league history. We had the fewest turnovers in league history with four fumbles. We only got 4 total turnovers this year. And this is the guy you want to bring back. This is the guy you want to build your roster in the way that he wants it, and that's the way we're going, and we need to trust him. We need to trust him, bro. I don't understand how there's any Jets fans that want to bring him back, besides the fact that we only gave him 1 year and it's not fair to him that he only got 1 year. Please tell me one thing that Aaron Glenn does well. One thing. Does he good offensive coach? No. Is he a good defensive coach? No. Is he a good head coach? No. He doesn't do anything. And when I hear, oh, we need to bring a good defensive coordinator in, why? Why? Like, I know we blame Steve Wilks. Steve Wilks ran the defense and Angstring ran the offense. But when we get a CEO coach, why every time it feels like, I said this in the podcast the other day, why does it feel like when you get a CEO coach, I don't know if it's just for us, he just relegates the offense and the defense to another coach. So you know what that does? That buys him time. So then when the offense and the defense suck, or if one of them suck and the other's good, you can say, yeah, well, I'm gonna start putting my hands in the defense if they suck, or the offense. The year after. That's what Saleh did. And it bought him time. Why does it always feel like that? Why, if you're a defensive specialist, that's what you've been coaching your entire coaching career, Aaron Glenn, why aren't you coaching the defense? If you want to go down with the sword, and this at least is how I am, if I'm going to go down with the team or the ship or however you want to say it, why aren't you going to do what you got to do, what you feel the best with, to at least go out with dignity and say, you know what, I stepped in, it wasn't good enough. I just don't understand it. The Jets somehow figure out a new low every single time. I just don't understand. I don't understand how this team continuously gets worse and worse and worse. Here we go to the next one. This was after the Bills game because I just seen this. Reality, Jets 3-14 after they lost to the Bills 35-8, by the way. And on a 5-game losing streak, outscored 188-54, one of the worst stretches in NFL history, one of the darkest points in franchise history. The first time in NFL history to go an entire season without a defensive interception, as I just mentioned a few minutes ago. Oh, the hope, though. They have 2 first-round picks, including a second overall pick, which we'll talk about a little bit. They got a massive rebuild. Obviously, we know that. But I think the main things in this tweet right here, obviously, no interception. I went over that. That's never happening again after this. The Jets will forever hold that record. It's unfortunate to be known for that. And then obviously the 188-54 5-game losing streak. Unreal. I don't care if it's practice squad bodies out there. There's no fight from this football team. I don't care if people say, oh, they're doing the tank right. I was one of those people that didn't want to win either, but I at least wanted this team to show something. This team didn't show anything. This team didn't show anything for the last month and a half. Nothing. Rich Cimini comes back in with another tweet. Go figure. An eye-opener. The Jets trailed by double digits for 53.1% of their offensive plays this season, the highest percentage by any team this century. The only other team at 50% or higher are the 2011 Bucks and the 2000 Cardinals. And it's not like they were at 50%, barely. We were at 53. We're a whole 3% above them. It's just new lows for the Jets every single time. When do we hit rock bottom? The world may never know. History makers again for the Jets. Isn't that great? It's what we do. Become the first team in NFL history to lose 5 straight games by 23-plus points within a single season. This is Jets football right here, baby. This is what we do. And before we keep talking about it, I'm switch back over to this. I just showed you a lot of things to why it's tangible to get rid of Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn is over his head. Yes, it might look bad on us if we sit there and we get rid of a coach after 1 year, a former alumni. But I don't see the Patriots crying about it now they got Mike Vrabel. Do you see that? No. They don't care about Gerard Mayo anymore. We got to get rid of Aaron Glenn. Honestly, I'm really just getting into it like that. Like, I know I'm not really getting into the X and O's and da-da-da-da-da. But the eye test, he doesn't pass it. Muji can stay. Aaron Glenn's got to go. It's not going to happen, though, let's be honest. So we're just going to have to deal with him, Jets fans, unfortunately. Hopefully it gets better. But if you like the content, ladies and gentlemen, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're back on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. EST every Tuesday for the Back Porch Sports Podcast. And yeah, appreciate you tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next video or live stream. Peace.